Hello and welcome everyone to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. Visa Bulletin for February 2025 is out. So let's dive into the Visa Bulletin for Feb 2025 and understand what's happening with family-sponsored and employment-based visas. So let's cover the family-sponsored preference visas first. This category determines when individuals can apply for US immigration based on family relationships. So for final action date of family-sponsored preference, here's a quick breakdown. Firstly, for the F1 category, that is for unmarried sons and daughters of US citizens. So applications are being accepted for priority dates earlier than November 22, 2050 for most of the countries, except for Mexico and Philippines. For Mexico, it is 22nd November 2004, and for Philippines, it's 8 March 2012. Moving ahead with F2A, that is for spouses and children of permanent residents. So if you are from Mexico, you can apply if your priority date is earlier than May 15, 2021. And for everyone else, the date is January 1, 2022, including India. For F2B category, for unmarried sons and daughters of permanent residents 21 or older, you can apply if your priority date is earlier than May 22, 2016, except for Mexico and Philippines. For Mexico, it is 1st July 2005, and for Philippines, it is 22nd October 2011. For F3 category, that is for married sons and daughters of US citizens, the date for application is July 1, 2010 for most of the countries. Except for Mexico and Philippines, those have different dates. Moving ahead with F4 category for brothers and sisters of adult US citizens. You can apply if your priority date is earlier than August 1, 2007 for most countries. And for India, the date is 8th April 2006, and for Mexico, the date is much earlier at March 1, 2001. Now moving ahead with dates for filing for family-sponsored visa applications. For F1 category, if your priority date is before September 1, 2017, you can file now, including India. For F2A, that is July 15, 2024. This category is current for everyone, meaning you can file your application right away, regardless of your priority date. Next is for F2B category. So if your priority date is before January 1, 2017, you are good to go, except Mexico and Philippines. For F3 category, if your priority date is before July 22, 2012, then you can file your documents except Mexico and Philippines. For F4 category, most countries it's August 15, 2006, but for India it's 15th August 2006 and different dates for Mexico and Philippines. Now let's look at the employment-based visas. So final action dates for employment-based preference cases are as follows. For first preference for EB1, if you are applying under this category, then the dates are current, meaning you can apply regardless of your priority date, except India and China. For India, it is 1st February 2022, and for China, it is 8th November 2022. Moving ahead with second preference, that is EB2. So applications are open for priority dates earlier than April 1, 2023 for most of the countries, except China and India. For China, it is 22 April 2020, and India, it is 15th October 2012, where the dates are a bit later. Moving ahead with third preference, that is EB3. You can apply if your priority date is earlier than December 1, 2022 for most of the countries. But for India, it is 15 December 2012, and for China, it is 1st July 2020. For other workers, if you are applying under this category, the final action date is December 8, 2020. And for India, it is 15 December 2012, and for China, it is 1st January 2017. If we look for the EB4 category, that is for special immigrants, then you can apply if your priority date is earlier than January 1, 2021 for most countries, including India. Moving ahead with EB5, there are different rules for applicants in this category, depending on whether you are investing in rural areas, high unemployment areas, or infrastructure projects. If you qualify, the category is current for most of the applicants except India and China. For India, it is 1st January 2022, and for China, it is 15 July 2016. Now looking for the dates for filing of employment-based visa applications. For EB1, that is for first preference, you can apply if your priority date is April 15, 2022 or earlier, including India. For EB2, that is for second preference, You can file if your priority date is before August 1, 2023. And for India, it is January 1, 2030. For EB3, that is for third preference, the filing date is March 1, 2023 for most of the countries. And for India, it is June 8, 2030. For other workers, that is for unskilled labor, for most countries, you can file if your priority date is before May 22, 2021. And for India, it is June 8, 2030. For EB4, that is for certain religious workers and other special workers, you can file if your priority date is before February 1, 2021 across all countries. For EB5, that is for investors or entrepreneurs, for the unreserved category, you can file if your priority date is current. So if you are from China, the date is October 1, 2060. And if you're from India, it is April 1, 2022. So that's all for today's update. Check the visa bulletin carefully to know exactly when you can apply for a US immigrant visa. Use the final action dates to understand when you can expect to get your visa and also the filing dates to know when you can submit your documents. For more information, visit USCIS Visa Bulletin website. This bulletin helps you understand when you can submit your visa application or when your visa might be approved. Thank you so much for joining in today's visa update. Stay tuned for more information on immigration and visa news. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. See you in the next one.